and welcome to our Sunday morning forum. We hold this forum each Sunday morning, 9:30 a.m. Fellowship Bible Church, Middleburg, Florida. Welcome. Today we're going to be looking at Daniel chapter 12, verses 8 through 13. In verse 8, I would entitle it Daniel's Last Question. How will it all turn out? Let's read this verse together. Although I heard, I did not understand. Then I said, My Lord, what shall the end be of these things? And let's break it down into its individual sections. Although I heard, I did not understand. Now, up to this point, Daniel had been receiving a message from the angels in terms that he would understand readily. He knew this message was for his nation, and he knew that troubled times are coming. But he didn't understand the latter part of the vision because it was not for his time. Daniel didn't understand it all either. So this should give us some consolation, because prophecy is difficult to understand. And it's even more so when it's not of your time period. Now, what should be the end of all these things? Perhaps Daniel asked this question because he was anxious, as he understood just how terrible the time of trouble would be. Verse 9, and he said, Go your way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. Verse 10, Many shall be purified, made white, and refined, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. And from the time that the daily sacrifice is taken away, and the abomination of desolation is set up, there shall be 1,290 days. Verse 12. Blessed is he who waits and comes to the 1,335 days. But you go your way till the end. For you shall rest, and will arise to your inheritance at the end of day. Up and sealed till the time of the end. What does that mean? Closed up and sealed till the time of the end. Well, in past studies, we realized that the word sealed is a sign of ownership, and closed up is self-explanatory. Daniel must make a mental departure from his questioning, because the revealing of these things will not come till the time of the end. Until then, there is a sense in which these prophecies are closed up and sealed. We shouldn't think that there was no instruction, no blessing, or no benefit in these words for any generation until the time of the end. But the meaning of these prophecies would be less mysterious at the time of the end. We know that the end days there will be a vast increase in knowledge. I believe that this vast increase in knowledge is knowledge of Scripture and the meaning of these prophecies and of the end days. The massive interest in prophecy and the incredible development and understanding of Bible prophecies in the last 150 years should make us see that we are truly at the end time. One of the most common arguments against understanding of biblical prophecy is Your ideas are new. The early church of the Christians through the ages didn't teach these things. Your ideas are wrong because they are new. But this word to Daniel, that the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end, should make us think differently. Additionally, when we look at the church history, we see that God has successfully had the church focus on specific areas of doctrine at different times. Our present understanding of many areas of Bible teaching were only most carefully and precisely defined after God appointed the church to focus on the doctrine area. For example, in the 2nd through the 4th centuries, the church focused on the doctrine of Scripture. The 4th century, the focus was on the doctrine of God in the Trinity. In the 5th century, the focus was on the doctrine of Christ. In the 5th through 7th centuries, the focus was on doctrine of man. In the 15th and 16th centuries, the focus was on the doctrine of salvation. In the 16th and 17th century, the focus was on the doctrine of the church. So it would not surprise us that it will not until the 19th and 20th century, the time of the end, that the focus would turn upon the doctrine of the last things and the return of Jesus. Moving on now to Daniel chapter 12, verse 10. Many shall be purified, made white, and refined. In Hebrew, bara is purify, select, polish, choose, purge, cleanse, or make bright, test, or prove. When something is purified, the undesirable is removed. In the human sense, those who have heard and yet refuse to believe in the new covenant will be removed. The removal of the undesirable will be accomplished through testing, most likely during the tribulation, or called by some Jacob's time of trouble. In Hebrew, this process is tsuaraf, meaning to smelt, refine, test. And godly shall be purified by the foretold trials, shall understand the end is at hand. The Jewish people have faced tribulation throughout their history, but even the Holocaust will pale in comparison to the testing that is yet to come. This is another prediction for what was future to Daniel, because this degree of purification can only be possible after the finished work of Jesus on the cross.